what I'm going to do now is question 22, part II on page 80. Okay, so I just did that one. Now I'm going to do 22. I'm putting these up not all on the one video because they just, for me, I find it easier to look at individual videos. So I hope that's useful for you. Okay, this one says evaluate each of these. So this one has a trig function in it. So it is integral between pi over 6 and 0 of sine 3x dx. Okay, so that's the question we're dealing with here. Right, so let's start by integrating. Now for this, I would be opening up page 26 of your formula book to see what does sine turn into. Okay, I'm going to do that here. What when you integrate sine, what does it become? It becomes minus cos. So what this is going to become then is this. So integrate that, it'll become minus cos 3x, and you need to divide by that 3. And then put your limits on either side. So minus cos 3x, and then divide by 3, okay? Now, I'm going to sub in pi over 6 into the first bit, and then take away with 0. Just to note, when you're dealing with a trig function, and there's a pi involved in it, that pi is 180, okay? So it's something we've talked about a few times, but basically, it's a trig function. I'm subbing pi into the angle here, which means we're dealing in radians, which means pi over 6, 180 divided by 6 is going to be the answer that you put in there, okay? So let me just... Okay, right. So let's do the first bit. Let's sub in pi over 6. It'll be minus cos 3. I'm just going to put it in as pi over 6 over 3. And then minus cos 3, 0 over 3. Just show you what I've written there. So there is what I've written. Okay. Now just to note, as I've said, and I'm going to put a note for you, the pi here is 180 degrees. Okay, because it's a trig function. So this is going to be minus cos 3, and it's going to be 180 over 3, all over 3, minus cos. I'm just writing it out again bit by bit. Minus cos 3, 0 over 3. Okay, so I've just subbed in the 180 in place of pi. Okay, 180 over 3 then. Oh no, sorry. Why have I done that? It's 180 over 6. I don't know why I put a 3. Do you see that? Yeah, because it's pi over 6. Okay, so what that is it's minus cos 3, and 180 divided by 6 is 30 degrees over 3. I know you're probably thinking I wouldn't be writing every single line out, but I'm doing it so it's easier for you to see, but you may not need to show as much workings as I am. And then I could continue with that. So here's where we're at. We have cos 3 by 30 over 3 minus cos 3 by 0 over 3. Now I'm going to do this. 3 by 30 is what? It's going to be 90 degrees. So I'm going to go about just putting that into the calculator now. So it's cos 90, which gives me 0. Okay, so cos of 90 is going to be 0. So it's minus 0 over 3. And then, sorry. And then over here, I'm going to put this into the calculator now. It's going to be cos of 3 by 0 is just cos of 0, which is 1. So it'll give me minus 1 over 3. Like that. Sorry. Okay. And if we finish that off, you'll see that this will just be 0. 0 divided by anything is 0. 0. Minus by minus would be a plus. So your answer is going to be 1/3. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. Send me a message on Teams and I can clarify anything if you need it. Okay. What I am going to get you to do, please, that's 15 done. I want you to try do a few on page 80. So I'm going to give you specific ones to do now. So please have tried a few from perhaps 11, 12. Yeah, I'll set these 11, 12. Let me see, 11, 12, 14. 15 is done. And we're going to scroll down then, and you're going to try 22 part I, and also try part IV. And then you're going to try some with exponential ones, which I'm going to leave you to do and try yourself. If you're stuck, let me know. So 23, you can have a look at part I, and you can have a look at part IV. Okay, now there's loads of other ones there, as you know, but time is not of the essence. I was actually looking at what we have left to do, and I hope to have integration done by the end of this week. And they're basically what's left then. I made out a list of what we have left to do, and there's not that much. There's a few things we need to tie up, and there's a lot of proofs that I need to kind of go through. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you any proofs that we're going to do. You're going to be doing that yourself over Easter. Integration will be done. Yeah, so any type of geometry and stuff, I'm going to set you work on how you're going to teach yourself that. And the proofs. I may put up some videos just to show you how to do those proofs. It would be useful. But what I also need to do that I feel like isn't finished is financial maths. I want to do out a loan question, so I'll upload that to this as well. Because we did do the financial, but I feel like it wasn't finished properly. I left on the Friday. If you remember, I was out sick the next week, and yous were doing a question, and even though yous were doing it, I feel like I need to show you a bit more on that. So yeah, what I would like you also to be doing, I'm teaching you this integration new stuff, but it's really important that you're doing exam questions yourself. Revision, so important. When I was out, I had set for you to do the last few years. A few people have contacted me with questions on that, but not very many. So to me, does that mean that it either means that you were fine with it all, or you just didn't want to be bothering me? But please do bother me. I'm here to answer questions. So what was I going to say? Yeah, on top of, I know I'm setting you integration and stuff to do, and this is what I would be doing normally in class. You need to be doing exam questions as well. That's really important practicing. Okay, right. I will chat to you soon. Any questions, let me know.